In the bustling yet struggling neighborhoods of Bronx, New York City, where life raced forward but dreams often stood still, there was a small, humble rice stall, Joe's Real Rice Corner. The owner, lovingly known as Uncle Joe, was an elderly man with white hair, a slightly hunched back, and a heart so vast and kind that no poverty could ever diminish it. Lines of time etched across his face, yet his warm, genuine smile never faded, his most precious possession. A hungry little dream. Living among those very streets was a little boy named Elias Smith, just 9 years old. His eyes were bright, but his soul seemed already tired. Only a few months ago, Elias had lost his father in a brutal car accident. His mother, Margaret, was battling cancer, and their home had become a battlefield of unpaid bills, empty cupboards, and endless prayers. After school each day, with torn shoes and an empty pocket, Elias would walk towards Uncle Joe's stall. Standing quietly, eyes lowered, he would whisper, "Uncle Joe, could I get a plate of rice, on credit?" Uncle Joe, though himself living modestly, never turned him away. No harsh questions, no suspicious glances. Just a warm smile, and a fresh, hot plate of rice. While Elias ate, Uncle Joe would often bless him softly. "Son, may you never sleep hungry. May your hard work bloom." For Elias, those plates of rice weren't just food, they were hope. They were a hand reaching out in the dark, a whisper saying, "Hold on, better days will come." Life's slaps and the candle of hope. Years went by. Elias, surrounded by poverty and hunger, kept studying with fierce determination. The neighbors would often mutter, "He'll be lost to these streets, like the others." But Uncle Joe would always smile and say, "No, this boy will shine one day. He will go far." At 19, Elias won a scholarship to a good college in Houston, Texas. Carrying just a few clothes in a worn-out backpack, but a heart full of dreams, he left Bronx behind. Houston was even tougher. Days were spent in part-time jobs, nights devoured by textbooks. Washing dishes in burger joints, working at gas stations, studying till dawn. And yet, whenever Elias ate a plate of plain rice, Uncle Joe's smiling face flashed in his mind, reminding him, "One day, I will rise so high that no child around me will ever go hungry again." Fate's reward. After graduating, Elias secured a job at a major tech company. Through relentless effort and sharp mind, he rose through the ranks. Then one day, he decided, "It's time to build my own dream." Thus was born his tech company, Eli Tech Innovations. The beginning was brutal: debts, failures, loneliness. Many nights he thought of giving up. But then he would remember that plate of rice given with love, and he would push forward. Within 5 years, Eli Tech became a million-dollar enterprise. Magazines featured him with headlines like, "The boy who rose from the Bronx." He had everything now: success, fame, wealth. But one night, while dining alone in a fancy hotel, the familiar aroma of rice drifted to his table. And suddenly, he was that hungry little boy again. Tears welled in his eyes as he whispered to himself, "I need to go back. I need to find Uncle Joe. Time to repay the true debt." The very next day, Elias flew back to Bronx. He searched every corner of his old neighborhood. The faces had changed, the streets were different. But one thing had remained the same: Uncle Joe's old rice stall. But now, Uncle Joe was frail, his hands trembling, his back bent, his breath short. Yet he still stood there, struggling to serve rice, driven not by strength but by pure habit and pride. Elias' heart shattered at the sight. Slowly, he walked to the stall. Smiling like the little boy he once was, he softly said, "Uncle Joe, could I get a plate of rice, on credit?" Uncle Joe peered at him with tired, misty eyes. It took a moment. But when Elias gently said his name, realization dawned across Uncle Joe's wrinkled face. A slow, beautiful smile broke across his lips, and he laughed warmly. Son, there's no credit needed anymore. Go on, walk your road of success, you don't belong to hunger anymore. Tears rolled down Elias' cheeks. He took Uncle Joe's fragile hands in his own and said, "Uncle, today, I am here to repay the debt of love you once gave me." A new dawn. Elias paid off all of Uncle Joe's debts. He arranged the best private medical care for him. He shut down the rickety old stall. And in its place, built a beautiful, cozy restaurant. Joe's Heart, where love is served. Above the entrance, in shining letters, he wrote, "One plate of rice, given in love, built $1 million dream." Uncle Joe now spent his days sitting comfortably in his restaurant, smiling as he served children plates of rice. Free of charge, with a blessing whispered into the air. And Elias? He returned often, sitting beside Uncle Joe, sharing meals, sharing laughter. The boy who once couldn't afford a meal now ensured no child left hungry under his watch. Sometimes the richest treasure in the world isn't found in banks, but in the smile of an old man at a rice stall. And remember, a plate of rice given with love can change the destiny of an entire world.